Hey, Jim, don't forget it's tonight you move back in. 9 o'clock here on the dot. Jimmy! Hey, come on, you two lads, hurry up.
All right, no trouble.
No, not so far, not this term. Oh.
Sweet papers in the litter bin, lads. Is Mr. Dixon in? I wanted a word about the mural. Well, what was the mural? I didn't realise quite how passionately partisan this football business is in Liverpool.
Footy? Oh, round here, love, footy's more important than life and death, to quote Bill Shankly. Next.
Well, it's back to what it was now. Bare wall.
That's 38p, love. Oh, no, it isn't, you know. Haven't you seen it recently? Ron's livid about it. He's not into graffiti.
Oh, but look at Pompeii, tell him. It's living history. It's an art form. Look at the New York subway.
Give me the money, love, and I will. 48p, love, please. So.
Leanne Powell, right?
Yes, miss.
Very generous with the makeup today, Leanne. Try toning it down tomorrow.
Yes, miss.
Or better still, wearing none at all.
Yeah. Stupid old cow. You? That Babs Harrison moaning on about makeup. So, what are you putting on for the party tonight? I'll whip some gear off my sister. It's going to be dead good, this. Dave Jensen and a couple of his mates are coming. Did you ask Billy Duncan? No, of course not. Oh, why not? I know you fancy him, really. Oh, no, Leanne, I can't stand him. How far did you go with him? I told you I didn't. I turned him down. Have you ever been to number 5 yet, with anybody? Yeah, of course I have. Have you? Who? You haven't, have you? Yeah, I think so. What's number 5? You don't know what number 5 is? Yeah, but... Oh, look, everybody's been to number 5. Even wimps like your mate Siobhan. OK. 10. That's going the old way. 1. Kissing with no tongues. Well, that doesn't really count. 2. Kissing with tongues. 3. Hands here. 4.
You're going to catch your death of cold sitting out here. Hello, Katie. Plotting something interesting?
No, miss.
When I first met him, I thought he was a bit of a joke. But, well, that's how he gets through. You see, nobody's made him feel like he's worth anything much. But he is. He's worth a dozen other fellas, and he doesn't even know it.
What team, Miss
Barrett? If he was my son, I'd be dead proud of him. I'd want everyone to know.
There's no point in pretending. As far as I'm concerned, he doesn't exist. He didn't exist from the moment I gave him away. And he hasn't existed for the last 35 years.
I don't believe that. I don't believe a day hasn't passed that you haven't thought about him.
Believe what you like.
You can't do this to him. If you refuse to see him, you're going to destroy one of the nicest blokes you'll ever wish to meet.
Very well. Wait here. This is my father. He was church warden at St. Michael's up the road. He worked in the town clerk's department. He was very well respected in this area. They both were. He and my mother were pillars of the community. This one, 1956. Sweets had only just come off ration. Still rolls of barbed wire along Crosby Front. I was 18. That's me.
That was taken the same day, March 1956. We went on the bus, me and my friend Kath, to Blackpool. We met 2 boys on the pleasure beach there. They worked there. You wouldn't believe it if I told you how innocent we were then. I knew nothing. I thought kissing could get you pregnant. No one talked about these things. There were no books. It wasn't on the television every night like it is now. Anyway, Kath and I met these 2 boys on the Walser. We spent the whole afternoon with them. And then the next Saturday, I lied to my father. I said I was working. We went again. And that's when it happened. All I remember is he put his arms around me and said nice things to me. Nobody had ever done that before.
So what happened?
He said he loved me. I believed him. I spent all afternoon in his arms on the grass between 2 caravans. And then the next Saturday, he wasn't there. They said he'd moved on. I never saw him again. You see, Miss Barrett, in those days there was nothing you could do, unmarried and expecting a baby. You were a disgrace to yourself, to your family. If it had ever got out, my father would have lost his job. They'd have had to move. Nobody understands that nowadays. The shame of it.
So you never thought about having an abortion?
An abortion? Good gracious, no. Abortions were illegal. Unless you lived in London and had a lot of money. For anyone else, it was an old lady with a syringe who charged £5 and asked no questions. Though, of course, nicely brought-up young girls like me knew nothing of that sort of thing. Even if we had, where would I have got £5 from? And it was dangerous. If anything went wrong and you needed a doctor, you risked prosecution. The police were brought in. People were too scared to go for help. Girls bled to death. No, it was out of the question. I never even thought of it. My friend Kath said a bottle of gin and a hot bath. I was too frightened. I just wanted to die. I couldn't see any way out. When they found out, when I couldn't hide it anymore, they sent me to my aunt's in Ormskirk. They said I was ill. Nobody spoke to me. Nobody asked me how I felt. Nobody said, "What do you want, Ruth?" We ate our tea in silence every day. When he was born, Thomas, they took him away. They handed him straight over to the authorities. A few moments of feeling loved by a young man with a nice smile and tattoos on his arms. In exchange for what? All that pain. All those lives ruined. I held him once. Just the once. And then my aunt took him away. It was for the best. My mother and father put their names to the birth certificate. No one ever knew. I got over it. In time, I built myself a life. I have my job at the library, the church, my charity work, my friends. I'm not going to risk that for anyone, Miss Barrett. Not even for a stranger who's my son.
Is anyone in? Your dad or anyone? No, they've all gone. Oh, great, and they're away all weekend. Oh, that is ace, because there's been a change of plan. What do you mean, a change of plan? The party. Me mum started one of the migraines, so they're not going away this weekend. We're going to have it here. Here? Well, I've told my dad I'm staying the night. He thinks your dad's here, so that's all right. And I brought some cider, and Rachel's bringing the rest over. Oh, we can't have it here. Well, we can't have it at ours. Oh, we'll have to cancel then. Cancel? Oh, but I've been on the phone to everybody. I said yours any time from 7 on. We can't.
Patricia?
In here.
What are you doing?
Going to bed.
What? At 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm a bit tired.
Can I do something? Can I get you anything?
No, it's all right. Just a bit tired, that's all.
Right, well, I'll get back to the news. Do you want the little telly in here, or...? No. Right, OK, well,
Max,
Yeah?
don't go. Sit down. Look at me. Look at me properly. Thank you.
Does that hurt?
No.
Oh, that'll be the others. What others? Just go and answer the door. What others? There's only supposed to be 6 of us. To be soft, you can't have a party with just 6. Just answer the door.
All right. All right.
Are you?
I wanted to for days, but I was afraid.
He's upstairs. He is an animal back there. Hey, semi-green set. Oh, the coach. He tried to put us down. And then he wanted us. Right, and again. Your turn, Billy. The kitchen all right?
Yeah.
Who wants Billy, eh? Who's dying to get their hands on a sweet athletic body? It's you, Kate. No, it's Paula. It was closer to Paula. Are you checking that out? No. No. No, next Thursday. Yeah, of course, now. You're not scared, are you? No. Well, go on then. He's waiting.
Can I do anything?
So where is he then? Your dad? He can't even turn up on time the night he's supposed to be moving back in. 9 o'clock, I told him. I said I'm closing dead on 9, so be there.
So what time is it now?
1:30.
Don't worry, Mum. He'll turn up.
When? A week next Friday. Oh, Lens. What am I doing?
You're getting cold feet by the sound of it.
I need my head examining. That man should be in the Guinness Book of Records. In the whole of our married life, Linz, that man has never once failed to let me down. Well, that's it. If he's not here in 10 minutes, I'm catching the bus.
Relax, will you?
I can't breathe. No, stop it.
You like it, honest? Go on. Just let me.
No, stop it. Let me go. I've drunk too much. I've drunk loads. I'm going to be sick. Very, very sick any minute now.
Come on, come on. 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 Come on.
Was it all right?
You know it was.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how to talk about it to you. I don't know what to say.
Tell the truth.
It hurts me. It hurts me to see it. It doesn't hurt me to see it. It doesn't make any difference to me. No, honestly. Just hurts me to see it for you. Yeah, I wanted you for weeks. I'd see you going up the stairs or catch a whiff of your perfume. What are you thinking?
I was wondering about Susanna.
Susanna?
How good she's been. And there she is, beautiful, whole, everything where it ought to be. A proper woman, a real woman.
You're the only woman that's real to me.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
I lie awake sometimes. In the middle of the night, 2 in the morning. Thinking about things.
What things?
Things. Dying, mainly.
For God's sake.
You can't stop yourself. Has to be thought about. If I die,
You're not gonna die.
If I die, what will you do?
Nothing. Nothing, because it's not gonna happen.
You know what I think? I think you should get back with Susanna.
Oh, look, will you stop this?
Seriously, would you?
Let's talk about something else.
Why not? It's what she wants.
Patricia.
Why wouldn't you talk about it? She's crazy about you and very good with Thomas. It's funny, you know, this cancer business puts everything in perspective. I feel so calm about all the things that used to really worry me. Probably be a sign that I'm getting better properly, eh? When I start getting uptight about Susanna again. I love you.
I love you.
That's it.
Oh, Mum.
I said 10 o'clock. It's 1 minute past, he's at it.
Sorry, love.
Where have you been?
No, we got a puncture.
A puncture? And is that the best you can do? Oh, he's losing his touch, Linz. How about, we'll try this one. You were driving along and you saw this spaceship hovering over the dock road and a strange voice said...
Hey, hang on. Look, see? Proof, Hey, would I lie to you?
All the time. A real puncture.
A real puncture.
Not the back room of an alehouse.
Not even the saloon bar. A puncture.
It's not just going to start all over again, is it, Jim?
Oh, never, I swear to you. Look, it's going to be all the things that it should have been and never was. Truth, trust, stopping after the 5th pint. Hey, look, there is something. I mean, you know, if we're going to start straight with each other and Hey, Linz, do us a favour, go and sit in the Moby for a minute, will you, kid?
Is this a confession? Don't think I want to hear this, Jimmy. Not tonight.
I've been waiting down the back for you.
Jimmy.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for him. I warned you, didn't I?
Not now, eh?
I warned you what I'd do if you came back. I don't want him back, right?
It's not up to you. Look, I'm sorry you can't get your head round this, but it's my life and it's my house.
Your house? Do you know what he'd done in your house?
All right, Jimmy, that's enough now. Stop it.
If you knew what he'd done, right, you'd never want to see him. You'd never want him back.
Hey, will you both just give your mum and me a minute on our own, eh?
The other women, like barmaids and things, that was nothing. I got used to that. But your own sister, my Auntie Val, lying on a carpet like a pair of dogs they were. 8 years of age I was when I come home to that. And he's been knocking me about ever since. You can't forgive me, can you? For knowing what a lying toe I get at.
I was going to tell you.
That. You were going to tell me that. And you really thought I'd still have you back. My God, you've got some cheek.
Honest, Jackie. It was years ago. It was nothing.
We'll get the bus, Lindsay. Still catch the 25 to if we run. Come on, Jimmy.
Katie, is that you? Katie?
I just wanted some fresh air.
Are you all right? What's the matter?
I was feeling a bit sick.
Have you had a row with your dad?
No?
Is there anything your dad ought to know about?
No?
Are you sure?
Yeah, miss. Oh, please don't tell him.
Where is he?
He's away for the weekend.
And where's your sister?
She's away too.
Okay. You go over to my house. Tell my husband I sent you, and you're staying the night.
You won't tell me Dad, will you, miss?
We'll talk about it later. Go on. You leave this to me. Are you one of mine? Simon Knowles, year 10, is that right?
Yeah.
You're going to need a taxi, Simon. Go over there and wait by my car. Do you think you can manage that?
More gate crashes, as long as it brought some booze.
Sorry to disappoint you, Leanne, empty-handed.
Mrs. Harrison?
What a bright girl. Pity you don't put as much energy into your schoolwork. Excuse me? Good evening. What a lot of familiar faces. Pull your skirt down properly, Rachel. I think most of you lads will still be able to catch a bus home. 3 of the girls can share Simon's taxi. The rest can come with me. I'll run you home. Right, you have 5 minutes, starting from now, to get this house spotless.
Yes, miss.
I shall want to see you all on Monday, 12 o'clock, outside my office.
Miss, are you going to tell Mr. Rogers about this?
I don't know what I'm going to tell him yet, Leanne. You'll have to wait and see, won't you?
Bobby tries to reassure a worried Fisher, but little does she realise the torment he's suffering next in Home and Away.
Jimmy?
And Dublin, the rest of my dad's gear back where it belongs.
Well, you can't do that. I'll have to get back in.
What's going on?
Perhaps somebody's moving into one of the flats. Probably. I'm going to try that new hair salon. Have you an idea what it's like?
I believe it's very good.
I can't decide whether to have a trim or something more drastic. What do you think?
I'd better get back in. I've got customers chomping at the bit.
Okay, see ya.
Sure.
Hey, Dad'll be pleased.
Will you, why?
When me and Sammy got back last night, I thought the place was tidy. It's looking tidier than ever now.
Yeah, well, I like to see the house neat and tidy. What are you doing that for?
Well, he must be sickening for something like a change of personality. Anyway, we've told you all about our weekend. Did you have a good time with your Vaughans? Katie?
What?
I'm talking to you. Did you have a good time with your Vaughans?
Oh, great, yeah.
So, where have you returned from this time? The Middle East? The excitement of Casablanca, perhaps?
The delights of Dungeness, and it's great to be home. These weekend trips are all right, but they don't have to get out of you. So how are you? You settled in now?
Yes, I think we're getting there.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
Hi, Marcia.
Hiya.
Katie's never said you had a famous footballer in the family.
Well, he's not famous yet, and our Katie is not one for talking about the family. She's been staying out of mate Sharon's all weekend. I bet she's been up to all sorts. I better get over there, see how she went on.
Yes, no doubt she's looking forward to you coming home.
Yeah. I don't care how old she gets. She'll always be my little girl. See you later.
Bye.
Miss Sweeney, it's making Sinbad Thomas ill, all of this. All he wants you to do is speak to him and he won't bother you again. Well, why don't you come round here, then? Because you're his mother. It's your responsibility. Even more so after he was taken away from you 35 years ago. Look, just think about it seriously. He's in a terrible state. And only you can put him out of his misery.
Hi, love. You all right?
Great. Had a good trip?
Oh, wonderful, yeah. Yeah. I was just telling you, Deputy Headmistress, what a wonderful, exciting life I have. Life in the fast lane.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, what else?
Nothing, I was just wondering.
Hey, she's all right, you know, for a teacher.
Yeah, I know.
Easy to talk to. You on your own?
Everyone's having a bath. Did you see our Jeff?
No, love. I didn't get within 100 miles of him. The boss said there might be a pickup around the Line Bay area, but it never came off. How'd you get on, Siobhan's?
Oh, great. Do you want me to put the kettle on?
Oh, hey, love. Come here. That would be smashing. Hey, great to be home, you know. Oh. Have you been playing my records, love?
Yeah.
Hey, great to see you getting a bit of good taste.
Oh, you lucky things. When are you going?
In the half-term holidays.
Love a break in the sun myself. Whereabouts in Spain are you going to?
Malaga. John's brother Hugh has a villa out there. That's the reason we can afford a winter break.
A villa? Sounds very grand. What does he do for a living, then?
Actually, nothing now.
Well, can't be bad. Hey, he's not one of them Costa del Crime gangsters, is he? Made all his loot from drugs and slavery.
Any idea what these are like?
Oh, rotten. But don't tell Ron Dixon I said that.
I'm sure he'd appreciate honesty in his staff. I'll stick to the good old biscuits, then.
Oh, thanks. I know I'm being nosy now, but is your husband sort of like retired for good?
Well, he's supposed to have retired, but he seems busier now than when he was running the company. He's never still.
Yeah, but he's no age, is he?
Wrong side of 40.
Oh, not far off that myself. That's £4.24, please, love.
I didn't realise it would be as much.
Oh, do you want to put something back? These aren't exactly supermarket prices, you know.
No, it's all right, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing here?
Hello to you, too. I forgot to ask you to get me some stamps.
Thanks, love, there's your change.
I suppose you know there's a pile of furniture outside, do you?
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore it. It's a long story. Jimmy, my husband Jimmy, he was supposed to be moving back in with me, but, well, with one thing and another, you know, he's not now. It didn't happen. So that's part of his stuff out there.
Oh, I see.
You'll be wanting suntan lotion then, will you, for Malaga?
Oh, I never bother. I rely on factor 75.
75?
I keep my shirt on.
Oh.
What did I come in for?
A book of stamps.
Oh, yeah. First class, please. I haven't got through to our Hugh or Jane yet. Hope there isn't going to be a problem.
What sort of a problem?
Well, I've been trying to ring them all morning with no reply.
Well, they'll be on the beach, won't they? Try tea time.
I suppose so. Excellent.
Tom.
He spends a fortune entering competitions. Must be the irresistible temptation of getting something for nothing.
Nonsense. It's the taking part that counts. Anyway, there are occasions when I actually win something.
Do you? He won a microwave cooker about 7 years ago. He's been hooked ever since.
Make me sound like an addict. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, try. Right, try.
Sack the juggler.
Hey, just go easy, will ya? It's still his stuff.
Was for 1 week. All right. Hello there. Hey, what's going on? What do you think you're doing?
Retaining your stuff.
You what?
One more load, father.
Why did you have to tell her, Jimmy? Hey, why did you have to tell her now about me and your Auntie Val after all these years?
Because I think a lot about me, man, and you don't. You might be able to fool her, but you don't kid me, all right?
Look, I think more of her than you'll ever know, son.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll be doing my best to keep you out of our house, all right?
What are you doing all the time? You're up for. We've got to go pick the kids up, haven't we? We better get going. Maras!
I'm sorry, what you say?
I said...
Hiya, come in. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Hello, Thomas.
Oh, I probably should have told you.
He didn't know I was coming.
No, I thought it best. Look, I know there's a few loose ends that need tidying up. It just needed someone to get you together to talk.
Yeah, she's right. There are a few things I do need to know.
And he wouldn't come to you, and you wouldn't go to him. And I've got to pick the kids up for Mick. I won't be long. You know where the kettle is. And thanks.
She's a nice girl. You're very lucky to have her as a girlfriend.
Yeah, I am, yeah. Listen, sit down, please.
Thank you.
I don't feel that I can go forward unless I know everything about me past. You know what I mean?
Yes, I can understand that. But you mustn't be obsessed with the past. You have to look to the future. Is Marcia your future?
I hope so.
She did say you knew where the kettle was.
You're my mother, and I don't know if you take sugar or not.
No, thanks. I gave it up about 10 years ago.
Do you smoke?
Never?
I'm glad.
Hey, you should have talked to me before dumping me gear all over the place.
It isn't all over the place. It's here, isn't it?
There's no need for this.
Oh, yes, there is. We don't want anything else in our house that reminds us of you. I'll never forget the way you treated me when I was a kid. When you're an old man, you know how I felt.
Look, I might have been strict with you, but it was for your own good.
I hope to be around when you're old and feeble. I hope to be there laughing at you.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because you made my life a misery when I was younger. You made all our lives a misery. The big man, eh? Mr. Wheeler Dealer, laughing down the pub with all his mates, not let me stay out with any of my mates. Keep me frightened so as I wouldn't tell about you and me Auntie Val.
Hey, that was nothing. It was just too much ale. A one-off. Look, Jimmy, I'm human just like the rest. Look, we've got to talk. We've got to get this sorted.
Talk? My skin's crawling with being so close to you. I hate you. I really, really hate you, Dad.
Look, I might have been strict with you. That's because I didn't want you to end up like me. I knew you were wild. My son. Only, I didn't want you to get into trouble like I did when I was a kid. Okay, so I might have been strict with you and I might have gone over the top. But that was because I didn't want you hero worshipping me like I did with my brother, your Uncle Frank.
Hero worshipping you? I've got more respect for Saddam Hussein than you.
All right, Jim?
Yeah, you?
Car boot sale?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, Jimmy. You got the keys on you?
What?
You all right?
What can we do for you, mate?
Well, you've got the keys to the Unifi's away for a few days, and I want to go in and check out what my future holds.
I wish I knew what my future was so easy, mate.
Right, I'll bring them back to you, Ray. I'll come and find you.
Yeah. I'll be around here, no doubt.
I can't stay too long. I've got to go to a meeting at the church later.
I won't keep you. Just there are a few things I do have to know.
Yes, I can understand that. I knew this moment would come from the time you found out who I was.
I haven't found you, I want to ask you about me dad. You know, I wanted to ask you straight away, but I didn't want to rush into things.
It's been a shock for everybody, hasn't it?
Certainly has. Can you talk about him? Is he still alive?
Yes, I can talk about him. And I don't know if he is still alive.
Who was he?
I've been thinking about what I should say to you when you asked me this, because I knew at some point you'd had to. I thought of all sorts of stories to tell you, to make it easy for me and acceptable for you.
Please, just tell me the truth.
Where have you been? Anywhere interesting?
Dungeness on the south coast. Interesting if you're into power stations. What are these sandwiches like?
Rotten, but don't tell Ron I said that.
Right, yeah, a little secret, eh?
Must be great doing what you do.
What, driving a wagon?
Oh, yeah, getting out there, seeing the country and beyond. Different day, different place. I'd love that. Hey, you'll have to take me with you sometime when you're going somewhere nice.
Sorry, not allowed to take passengers.
Oh, well, just a thought. Perhaps you could break the rules sometime.
Perhaps.
All right, Frank.
All right, Terry. How's it going, mate?
Oh, not too bad. Looks like we're going to be neighbours then. I'll definitely go for it.
Smashing. When?
A few weeks.
What's happening?
I want to open a pizza parlour up, next to the hairdressers.
Pizza parlour? You want to open a chippy?
Oh, he doesn't want a chip shop. There's loads of them. A pizza parlour's a great idea. Something a bit continental. It's all right for you. You know, Frank, you get to go abroad. The rest of us have to have it brought to us.
Well, at least I'm going to have one customer then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if you want any staff, ask me first.
Are you serious?
Of course I am.
Hey, Ron will be getting on to you for poaching his staff. Anyway, do you know anything about making pizza?
Nah, but I've heard it's dead easy, so I'm going to have a go, aren't I?
Hey, I could work part-time in both places, couldn't I?
I suppose so, yeah.
You're going to wear yourself out.
I need the money. I've got no one to look after me.
I don't believe that. I bet you'd have beaten a pat to your door every night. I'm sorry,
All right, I know what you mean. Thanks, love. That's $6.22.
All right, Jim.
How are you?
Yeah, there's them keys.
No, cheers.
Right.
What are these like?
Delicious. Thanks, love. Now, listen, the coast would be very nice, but anywhere will do.
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind.
And don't worry about it being overnight, you know. I am over 21.
Yeah. See you then.
See you, love. 90 pence, please.
What was all that about?
What do you mean? Me working for Terry?
Hey, now, that's not a bad idea if you're serious, you know.
You and Frank Rogers.
It's my business.
It's our business.
We have to talk.
I'm sick of talking to you. It's all been said time and time again.
We have to talk. Look, we're falling out now about something that happened years and years ago. Have you seen the way he's treated my gear out there?
Oh, it's a bit like you've treated us over the years, isn't it? Dumped.
We have to talk.
And don't forget what I said, you know, Terry. I am available.
Oh, you'll be top of my list, don't worry.
Nice. I did give you your change, didn't I?
Yeah.
Listen, love, these separate meals for one, you know, they work out very expensive. Isn't your mate around these days?
Oh, Barry's away on business, bit of this, bit of that, who knows? Hey, look, do you think it's a good idea, Amy, going into this pizza parlour business?
I think it's a great idea. Hey, and I'm serious about coming to work for you, you know. I'm sick of being broke. And the only way I'm going to make any money is to go out and earn it myself. Do you know, I seem to have had a run of people today coming in, telling me all about the holidays. I feel as if I'm the only person in the world not going on one.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, but you're starting a business, aren't you? I mean, this time next year, you'll be planning some exotic holiday somewhere because you'll have made a fortune.
Oh, no, that's not the money, is it? It's doing something.
Are you sure it's what you want? You know, like working so close to, well, you know.
Oh, you mean where Sue and Danny died? Well, I've really thought about it in a strange sort of way. It's a comfort, really. I mean, I know it's Sue's money and all that, but, well, I really think it's what she'd want. I'll see it anyway.
Sure, love.
Well, you were a bit up front there, asking him straight out like that.
Oh, do you think I was, like, a bit insensitive?
Just a little, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, you could be right. I mean, you know all about this sort of thing, don't you? I mean, you're the one who was so sensitive that when you wanted a bit on the side, you went and slept with my own sister. That was very sensitive, that was.
Jackie, what do you want me to do?
Getting out of here might be good for starters.
I had a very sheltered upbringing, Thomas. I was totally ignorant about almost everything. He was almost as naive as I was. I hardly knew your father, Thomas. I don't even know what his real name was.
You didn't know his name?
And it doesn't matter. It's the future that matters. You and Marcia, not me.
Where did he come from?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You are your own man. It's the truth. You are you, and it's... the future is what you make it. Don't dwell on the past. There's something I want you to know, and it's very important to me, and you.
What's that?
Don't ever think for a moment that I gave you away. I would never have done that. You were taken from me, Thomas. They all thought it was for the best. I had no choice in the matter. I'm sorry.
That's all I needed to know.
I can't believe we got away with it. We didn't. That Miss Harrison knows all about the party and she could still tell.
Yeah, but she won't say anything to me dad, will she? She promised.
Yeah, well, she had me in her office today and gave me a earache about it, didn't she? If it hadn't been for you, she'd have never known anything.
Yeah, well, my dad thinks I stayed at Siobhan's. That's the main thing.
Don't care if she didn't tell your dad or not. Still hate her for dragging me in the office at school. So, are you telling or what?
Tell him.
How far did you let him go at the party? Billy Duncan.
I can't stand him.
Oh, you fancy him rotten?
Shut up, you. Wouldn't let him touch me.
Why not? He's nice. Do anything he wanted with me.
Well, wouldn't you be bothered about him telling people?
No, nobody would believe him anyway. He tells too many lies.
And you go with somebody like that?
Yeah. You don't have to like them for the personality, though, do you? He's got a nice body, though.
You've got bad breath.
Oh, so you were close enough to find out, then?
Yeah, well, you don't have to be in the same room to find that one out, Leanne.
You're covering up too much, you know. You and him were missing for a while at the party. You can't tell me nothing happened. You did, didn't you? You did it with Billy Duncan.
All right, girls.
Hiya. This is Leanne.
Pleased to meet you.
Me too, to meet you.
She's asking who you are.
And have you forgotten? I'm my brother-in-law, Owen. So, why didn't I get an invite to this party, then? Don't worry. I'm not going to say anything. But I'm warning you, miss. You better not do it again. You two could have got yourself into a right load of trouble. In more ways than one.
It's a lovely name, isn't it, Owen? Owen. Make him sound like a shop. Come on, Lee, we're supposed to be going over to Siobhan's. He is gorgeous. He's 20 years old. Why killed him? Oh, and he's our Sammy's husband. He's gorgeous.
Hello. Is Mick Johnson in, please?
He isn't, no, sorry. Can I help?
Who are you?
I'm Sinbad. Mick's window cleaner.
Window cleaner. Sinbad.
We're Mick's in-laws.
Leo and Gemma's grandparents.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, as I say, they're not in at the moment, I'm sorry.
Has Mick taken them out somewhere?
No, Mick's working, but my girlfriend Marcy's gone to pick the kids up from school. Sometimes I do it, sometimes we do it together, you know.
You mean Marcia Barrett?
Yeah.
We know her.
We're on the way to the lakes and thought we'd stop over and see the kids.
So you're here to clean the windows, are you?
Well, no, I'm not working at the moment. I'm just here because Marcia set up a meeting between me and my mother.
In Mick's house?
Yeah, well, my place isn't up to much, you know.
You have to arrange a meeting to see your own mother.
Look, I'm forgetting me manners. Why don't you come on in and I'll explain all about it?
Thank you. But when are you expecting Mick to come home?
Could be any time, really. You never know with him.
And he lets just anybody mind the children?
No, not just anybody. As I say, me and Marcia do it most of the time. Look, come in.
Viv, Emma, Matt and Adam are getting down to some serious partying in Home and Away in just a moment.
What's going on with them? They can't always be on the beach.
That's why you bought a Spanish villa. What about getting the phone line checked?
What, to Spain? How would I go about that?
I don't know, but there must be a way. Phone the operator or something.
Oh, I'll think about it. Don't want to make a fuss. If only we could get in touch with our Peter. If only we knew what floor he was dossing down on this week. We could ask him if Hugh had said anything about going away.
Now, let's just keep calm. There's probably a rational explanation for it. Hugh and Jane know we're going to stay with them, and they know when.
You all right, love? Seem a bit edgy?
Frank Rogers is back home. I wonder if he's found out about the party.
And about our lodger, Katie. He did the right thing, love. He couldn't have left her on her own in that house.
I hope so. I was talking to him yesterday, and I must admit I felt a bit embarrassed knowing what happened.
It was an impromptu party that got out of hand. She couldn't cope and you sorted it out for her. I'm sure she's learned a lesson. I shudder to think what our Peter will get up to while we're away.
That's hardly the same. He's 22. So you don't think I should say anything about it to Frank? I saw him going out early this morning, but I really didn't think it was an appropriate time for a confessional.
You promised you wouldn't say anything to her father. You can't go back on that now.
I had a word with one of the other girls involved, Leanne Powell. I'm sure she was the ringleader.
Just leave it at that for now.
Katie seems a good kid, basically. But I don't think young Leanne has a good influence on her.
Let's just keep it in school, eh? I know you mean well, love, but when you're at home, you're off duty. Let's just keep it all in proportion.
Yes, you're right, of course.
Hello? No, she isn't. She's at school. Want to take a message? Right, I'll tell her. Billy Duncan rang. She got your number, Billy? OK, I'll get her to call you back. See ya.
Who's that?
Someone for Katie, a lad.
Oh.
Have you ever talked to her about sex, Sammy?
Owen?
I'm serious. She's obviously going out with lads and she should be told.
What about the birds and the bees?
Sex, do's and don'ts, AIDS, unwanted pregnancies. Oh, I'm not saying ours is. But, well, someone should talk to her. And with your mum not being here.
Yeah, well, she still sees me, Mum. She probably knows more about that sort of thing than any of us.
But you should talk to her, Sammy. I reckon they say they know it all, but you can't be too sure, can you?
Oh, you're really being the big brother, aren't you? That's lovely, that is.
Come on, Mum. You can't tell me you're looking forward to growing old on your own. At the last count, I think there's 4 or 5 billion other people in this world as well as your dad, Lindsay. I'll have plenty of company.
He's still your husband and he wants you back. He's made up about being a granddad and he wants to share that with you.
I don't believe this. You wouldn't even have him at your wedding. Now you're trying to persuade me to live with him again?
And through banning him from the wedding, I got to know him again. And I think he's changed and I think you should give him another chance.
And I think you're forgetting what your brother told us.
Oh, Jimmy timed it just right, didn't he? Do you know, he has waited 10 years to tell you about my dad and Auntie Val. It was 10 years ago, Mum, and it was a one-off.
So he says.
Here we are, then. There's no red cabbage, Mick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be getting on to Mick. He's had a hard enough time looking after the children since our wayward daughter left him to it. Nice of Marcia to bring them home for their dinner, Mick.
You can't rely on friends all the time, though, can you? How could any mother abandon such wonderful children?
It's something I'd rather not dwell on, please, Rachel. Rightly so. God, you must have struggled, working on the taxi until all hours. Yeah, it was hard at times.
You have to balance the work with the attention you give them, you know.
They're not neglected, Rachel. Credit to you, Mick. Or somebody. What do you mean by that? Well, I was only saying that obviously you've got to take any help that you can.
Within reason.
Within reason?
Well, it is a bit much to rope in your window cleaner as a babysitter.
Sinbad's a mate. I couldn't believe it. The window cleaner.
Hey, no, come on, hang on, will you? He and Marcia have been really brilliant these past few months. I don't know how I would have managed without them.
But that's the point, isn't it, really? How would you manage if they decide that they can't help anymore?
They've got their own lives to lead, you know.
Can't rely on friends forever.
Yeah, well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
25 pence, please.
I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for John Harrison, who moved up here recently. I know it's Brookside Close, but I don't know the number.
Oh, yeah, number 9.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Charlo.
Will you give me one more chance, Mum?
This isn't a game, you know. It's my life. I've had years and years of trouble from your dad. He's been unreliable, a liar, a womanizer. Years and years of putting up with things every day of the week that most women wouldn't put up with once in a marriage.
It wasn't always my dad's fault.
What do you mean by that?
I remember you bringing a man home.
Yes, I did. Twice. After your dad had walked out on me. On us. What do you expect me to do? Sit in feeling sorry for myself while he was God knows where with God knows who.
You were going to take him back until last week until our Jimmy told you about my Auntie Val. Just think about it, Mum.
See you later. All right. Try, love.
Gemma must miss having a woman around the house. I'll call her in from the garden in a minute and let her help me with the dishes. Leave you men to talk.
Rachel, we don't do things like that here. I don't want her brought up thinking she's got to wait on some man, or anyone else for that matter. Leave the dishes, I'll do them later.
You're not going to bring her up with any funny ideas, are you, Mick?
Funny ideas?
Women's lib and all that.
This is 1992. We're on the brink of the 21st century. Men and women don't have to behave like their grandparents did anymore. I mean, some women even walk out on their husbands and kids, don't they?
Hey, Mick, we know what strain you must be under. It was unforgivable of our Josie to do that.
And that's why we want to help you, that's all, Mick. Nobody wants to brainwash the kids into how to behave or anything like that.
We're family, boy. We care.
And we all have our own way of doing things. That's all I'm saying.
We're on your side.
We don't see them that often. It makes Rachel happy showing Gemma how to do things. You don't mind if we take them out for a couple of hours after school, do you, Mick?
No, it's all right. As long as they really want to go.
I'm sure they will.
All right, bro. Hi, mate.
Is that Ennis?
Yes, Mrs. Christie. Oh, what are you doing here?
Passing through on our way up to the lakes.
Hello, Mrs. Christie.
Good to see you, Alice.
We haven't seen you since Mick and Josie's wedding. What a coincidence. You visiting at the same time as us.
Yes.
Well, what have you been doing yourself since we last saw you then?
Listen, that ducking and diving, keeping one step ahead of the law.
So you found him then, eh? Dirty stop out.
She won't even talk to me now.
I don't think it's as bad as you think.
Joking, aren't you?
I made her think about it, you know. Made her accept it was a long time ago. God knows what you've done since then, but as long as we don't know about it.
Hey, hang on. There was never anything between me and your Auntie Val after that. She just used me, do you know? Flirted like mad when she knew I'd had a drink too many. But that time when we... Well, it wasn't really my fault. It was just the one-off. Do you think your mum believes that?
I don't know. Oh, Jimmy's certainly got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
He really hates me.
I know.
Thanks, Linz.
There's no point in me telling lies, is there?
You do believe I've made a big effort to change, don't you?
Can you keep it up, though, Dad?
I wish you'd show a bit more faith in me sometimes. That helps, you know. If no one believes I can be responsible, then why should I? It's hard, you know, being responsible. It's a lot easier sometimes to just live day to day, earn a few bob here and there, and then spend the rest of the time down the boozer. That's easy, Lindsay. But holding down a job, 2 jobs even, that's hard work.
All right, Dad, I'm convinced. But it's Mum you've got to convince, and you've got to go to her. She's not going to come to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what are you going to do?
Go and see it again.
Like that?
What do you mean?
Make an effort, for God's sake.
I am. I'm going to go and see her, I said.
No. Get dressed up for her, I mean.
What?
She'll be flattered. I'm a woman, I do know these things.
Yeah, I suppose I do look a bit rough for courting, don't I? You're right, Linz. Don't get me glad rags on, eh?
David! David Hurst, what on earth are you doing here? I didn't know you knew your way out of Lincolnshire. How did you find us?
I made inquiries at your local shops, confirmed the number of the house.
Oh, come in, come in.
I called round earlier, but you weren't in.
What are you doing in this neck of the woods? Anyway, tell us all about it over a cup of tea. Go on, get yourself inside.
It's business, John. Not a social visit. I'm afraid you owe me a lot of money. And I need it urgently. I need it today.
It'll be a minute.
Take your time. What?
It's a shop. You pick up a basket, or not, then select an item that you wish to purchase, then you bring it to me to pay for it. Simple, really.
I've come to see you.
I'm not for sale.
Jackie.
What you want?
I want to talk. Calmly and sensibly. About our future.
How many times do I have to say it? Do I have to have it tattooed on my forehead? Jimmy Corkhill, I do not want you back.
I love you.
But I don't love you.
So, what's the problem?
Well, it's a mystery, is this. David reckons he's owed £3,500 by our company. And he can't get hold of our Hugh either.
I didn't even know he was in Spain. I'm sorry to drop on you like this, but I couldn't think of anything else to do. I've got to get the cash to pay my own staff this week. Now, I supplied the materials to your firm in good faith.
But why didn't you settle all the debts after the company was dismantled?
I thought he had.
Oh, here's a copy of the invoice, John. I hope you don't think I'm trying to pull a fast one.
Oh, no, David. We've been dealing with you for as long as I can remember. We've always had an excellent working relationship. I'm stunned. I just don't have the answer.
And I don't have the money that's owed to me. And I'm sorry to have to say it, but you do have a solution to my problem.
How do you mean?
You could pay me.
But John had nothing to do with the financial side of the company. That was all Hugh's responsibility. John ran the workshop.
We were equal partners in the business. Look, I'm sure there's a simple explanation for this, David. And as soon as I can speak to Hugh, we'll be able to clear it up very quickly.
I'm sure you're very sincere, John, but that doesn't cover my wages. Now, I've been operating from hand to mouth for months now, trying to ride the recession. The interest rates are crippling me. Now, I have to be strong to survive. I'm sure you appreciate that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that my father built up our business. I've worked in it all my life, and I want a business to hand over to my sons. I need the cash, and I need it quickly.
We can't hand over £3,500 just like that.
I delivered the goods in good faith. I've always been paid within the agreed 3 months in the past, and I have no reason to think that this would be any different. I have to have that money. You're all right. You've sold up and retired. I have to keep going, and I have to be paid. I'm only asking for what is mine.
Well, obviously I don't carry £3,500 in my wallet, David.
I have to keep going for my sons.
I understand, and I can only apologise on Hugh's behalf. Look, we'll sort it out, don't worry.
What are you wearing? Haven't you got a proper winter coat?
She has, yeah, but she likes wearing this. Anyway, she's got plenty of woolies on.
You may like wearing it, Gemma, but I think Grandma knows best. Now then, where's your proper coat?
I know where it is, mate. I'll go and get it.
Well, listen, you two be good for Nana and Grandad, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's no need for that, Mick. It's our treat. Right, are we all ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Come on, darling. Come on, Neil. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheerio, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye. Right,
Bye.
off we go. Bye-bye.
You're driving me round the bend.
Grandma knows best, doesn't
Oh, don't, please.
How long are they here for?
Oh, they're going up to the lake soon. Suppose I'll have to be patient till then. Well, Sin, what by all the pleasure?
Mortgages.
Mortgages? You're not thinking of popping the question to Marcia? Making an honest woman of her?
You just keep that out of it, all right?
So if not married, why a mortgage?
Well, I was just thinking it was about time I had my own gaff and that, you know, and wanted to know how you go about the old business. What were you being self-employed as well, like?
Well, just prove that you can keep up the payments and that the property's worth the price. That's it, basically. After you've signed 1 million forms and your life away.
I reckon there's more to this than he's letting on.
Hey, do you mind? We're trying to have a sensible conversation here. One self-employed person to another. So listen, have you got your books together, accounts and that? Well, you better start, haven't you? Anything else you want to talk about, mate?
No, that's all.
Bet you're a dead good cook working in a cafe and that.
I can do a bit.
He only passes beef burgers over the counter and says, have a nice day. I bet they do when they see him, don't they? Yeah, well, if he didn't sell beef burgers, they wouldn't have to destroy tropical rainforest to clear way for cattle to feed. Yeah, and we wouldn't have to do stupid projects about it. I mean, I wouldn't have to do it while you sat and watched me.
In 3/4 of an hour, you're going to have the best tea you've ever had.
Well, today at least.
Hey, don't undersell yourself, love. Lovely to come home to a bit of good scran. You have to be so untidy.
Well, it's a big project, you have to spread out a bit.
And you have to spread your clothes everywhere too. Come on, hang them up. I noticed this jacket with Acto written on it.
What?
Acto.
This. Here. Acto. What's so funny?
Well, it is an Acto, it's AC/DC. It isn't an O, it's a C.
Why has it got AC/DC written on it then?
It's a heavy metal group, you know. They play the electric guitars.
I don't care who they are or what they are. I just want to know who it belongs to.
Oh, I know. It belongs to a mate of mine. He must have left here the other night when he called round.
Fair enough. Can we just have a word with your own? In the kitchen, please.
Yeah, sure.
What's that about?
No, I'll tell you later. Come sit down.
Listen, Owen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being funny or anything. But when I had Casey around the house and...
What are you on about?
I don't mind you having your mates around here. But will you ask them? Not to leave these things hanging around.
Oh, I'm really sorry. It won't happen again.
All right, mate. You don't want me telling you, do you?
No problem.
I know the score.
Sorry.
Right.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Well?
They tested the line to Spain and it's all right. It's just that Hugh isn't there to answer it. This is all very odd.
I still can't help feeling there must be a rational explanation for it all. It just isn't like you.
I'll leave you to sort it out. But make it soon, John. Please. Goodbye, Barbara.
Bye, David.
We'll be in touch, David. Don't worry. We're going to have to pay him, you know.
We can't without speaking to Hugh first.
You saw the state of him, love. The man's desperate.
But suppose he is trying to pull a fast one.
He's a very well-respected businessman.
There are quite a few so-called respected businessmen in prison, even as we speak.
I know, but he really is.
John, we are talking about £3,500 out of our savings.
We have to pay our debts.
He's talking about a company debt, not yours personally. And that's the responsibility of the company accountant, your brother, Hugh.
I'll try again.
You all right, love?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just feel tired all the time. I wish I could pack working, you know, and then I'd just have the baby to look forward to.
I know. Wish I could leave the cafe and get a proper job. Then you wouldn't have to work, would you?
Oh, well, we just have to be patient.
Yeah, and realistic.
And we want our own home.
I'm starving.
Well, it'll only be 10 minutes.
Will you go and sit down? Me and Katie will sort the tea, won't we, Kate?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So come on. What's the score over the jacket?
Belongs to that Billy Duncan I was talking about.
Katie, do you know he left condoms in the pocket? Don't worry. Your dad thinks the jacket belongs to one of my mates. I'm just worried about you, that's all.
I didn't do anything, honest. It's just him showing off with them.
Yeah, well, the packet was still full. Shows he's got some sort of sense of responsibility, I suppose.
We'd have to go spare if he knew.
He won't find out from me. Now, look, if you ever need to talk, I'm here to listen. All right?
Thanks, Owen.
Telephone for you, Casey.
Who is it?
It's a lad, Billy Duncan. I think Casey might have a first boyfriend.
Well, I better be going. I might see Marcy. Any messages, Simba?
No, you be worrying.
See you later.
Yeah, later, bro.
Ta-ra.
Listen, Mick, I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
I want to get married.
Well, flattering as the offer sounds, I have to point out a couple of obstacles in our way. You see, technically, I've done right to Josie, and I am, in fact, a man.
Shut up, will you?
Oh, I can see you want to be the dominant one in this relationship.
Be serious, will you? I want to get married to Marcia. What do you think she'll say?
I don't know, mate. I've told you the only way to find out is ask her.
Has she said anything about me?
She said you're one hell of a window cleaner.
Well, you can take the Mickey, but that'll do for me.
Oh, you go for it, Lana. Best of luck to you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I want you to know something in all honesty.
What's that?
Well, if Marcia does turn me down, I want you to know that you've got lovely eyes.
You flatter
her. So that's it then, eh? I'm going to ask Marcia to marry me, and what better time to do it than St. Valentine's Day?
Martin's going on a date and Sally's getting kissed in Home and Away next.
You're not going to do the Al down on one knee job, are you?
What?
You know, when you ask Marcia to marry you.
Shh, look, I've got to know before she does.
What'd you tell me for, then?
All right.
Hi, love.
You're only mate, aren't you? And I want some advice. I've never asked anyone to marry me before. And, you know, you have. What if she turns me down?
Then you're going to feel gutted, aren't you? Like you've never felt before.
Well, thanks very much.
You asked.
What's up?
You'll see in about 2 minutes. Anyway, look, you must have some idea of what she's going to say when you ask her.
Well, I think so, but I don't know. She might have changed her mind, mightn't she? I haven't got a clue.
You're going to have to do something a bit special, aren't you?
Like what?
Well, I don't know, Sinbad. Something that tells her how you feel about it. Look, it's a big moment for both of you, isn't it? Hey? Hey? A big moment, so make it memorable.
I was thinking of asking her out for a meal.
Well, that's it. That's the extent of your imagination, is it, eh? Make it a mega Valentine's Day. Show her how you feel with some sort of, I don't know, significant gesture. God. Look, and don't ask me, because I've got problems of my own. Which, with the luck, I might just start solving.
You're incredible, you are.
Listen, that's the way to do it. The women, they love the grand gesture, I'm telling you. And don't ask. No, I know someone who deals in flowers, so they owe me a favour, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what a romantic person you are.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that is the way to do it, mate.
Hi. Any news from your elusive brother Hugh?
I don't know. Been wearing my finger out dialing. Let's just forget about it for now and have some lunch.
Good idea. Have you cooked anything? And anything has to be better than school dinners.
I'm making sandwiches. And we can have a pot of tea. You sit yourself down and I shall wait upon you.
Oh, thank you. That is much appreciated.
You had a good morning?
Nice and quiet for a change. The mural's looking good.
Free from vandalism?
Yes, thank goodness. I really think in the end it was worth all the effort. The kids are pleased too, and they'll protect it. Has David Hurst been in touch?
No. Bit of a puzzler, that. He was so desperate to get his money yesterday, I half expected him to be on the doorstep this morning when you left for work.
You're still convinced he's genuine, are you?
I was yesterday. But where is he today? He wasn't a stay, wasn't he?
Terrible. But there's nothing you can do until we manage to contact Hugh and Jane.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that. What if something's happened to them?
We'd have heard, surely.
Oh. Suppose, and I'm not being silly about this, but suppose something's happened to them and they're in the villa and they can't get to the phone for some reason or other.
It's a bit, I don't know, a bit far-fetched, isn't it?
I don't know. From what you see on the television and reading the newspapers, it's a bit of a dodgy area. Costed old crime and all that.
No. I still think there's a plausible explanation for it all.
If only there was an alternative number to try, like a neighbour who could go round.
I suppose we could...
What?
No, it's a silly idea.
Well, you've got to say it now.
The police. The Spanish police, I mean.
That's a bit drastic, isn't it? But on the other hand, if Hugh and Jane are lying on the floor there and are in need of help...
Why don't we set a time? And if you haven't managed to contact him by then, we'll get in touch with the appropriate authorities.
That's a good idea. How long do you think we should give it?
We can't leave it too long. What about when I come home from school this afternoon?
Good idea.
Why didn't you bring Billy's jacket to school with you this morning? Shh. Because my dad was still around when it came out of the house this morning. He doesn't know who the jacket belongs to. He thinks it's a mate of Owen's.
Wish I was a mate of Owen's.
Behave.
Oh, can we have something to eat before we go back? I'm starving.
Come on. What are you doing here?
I've come for my jacket. My dad thinks I've sold it. I thought I'd better collect it in person or I'd never get it back. I followed you home.
Come on, let's get out of here in case anybody comes back.
Oh, we can have something to eat. You said everyone was out of work.
Come on, please. I want to make sure.
We've got one of these. And one for the garage. We couldn't find one for the telly one night, so we had to watch the garage doors go up and down till it was time for bed.
Come on, we'll buy some at the trading post.
There's no rush. Let's use a few of these before we go back.
Get out.
Oh, come on. We better go before she goes running over to the Harrisons. They only live across the road.
Oh, my God, it's me dad. It is. Get up, Billy. Put those things away.
What's going on, Casey? Why are you lot at school?
I just had to nip home for something.
What was that?
A book.
And where is it then, this book?
I don't know. It must have been at school all the time.
Oh, that's very funny, that. Come on, what's going on here?
Just what I said.
We'll see you back there, Katie.
No, I'm coming with you now.
Hang on, son. What are you doing wearing that jacket?
It's mine.
Yours?
Yeah.
And who are you?
Billy Duncan.
You the one that rang her yesterday for our Casey?
Yeah, I bought my jacket. I wanted it back.
What was it doing here in the first place?
I just forgot it.
When was this lad there to leave his jacket?
A few days ago.
When I was away. When I was away, Katie. Do you know what he's got in his pockets? Right, you two, get out. I never want to see you in this house again. Go on. You stay there. You've got a little bit of explaining to do. Right. From the beginning.
I don't know what you're making a big fuss over. Somebody called Johns and forgot the jacket, that's all. You were all right about it when you thought it was Owen's, mate.
Owen lied to me. And I'll have a word with him about that. His friends are his business. Your friends are my business.
Why?
Because you're 15 years of age. And when a lad the same age as you leaves his jacket here with those things in the pockets, I want to know what's going on when I'm not here. Have you been messing around with him?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to check with Siobhan's family to see if you really stayed there the weekend. It's beginning to look like a pack of lies to me.
Oh, no, Dad. Please don't.
Why? Save myself the bother, can I? Because you didn't stay there, did you? You stayed there with that lad, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Don't lie to me, Katie. Don't make things worse than what they are.
He didn't stay here. I didn't stay here.
Then just where the hell did you stay?
Across the road at the Addisons.
At the Addisons? What's all this got to do with them?
Well, Leanne was going to have a party, And then it fell through because Mum and Dad weren't going out. And I said that...
And you said, come round to ours. Me dad's away. He trusts me. He'd never dream I'd take advantage of him.
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. They talked me into it. I didn't want to do it.
Ah, none of your fault, was it? A wild party takes place in this house. Probably everybody on the close knew about it except me. And it's none of your fault. I'm going to have a word with Miss Harrison about this.
Oh, no. Oh, please don't, Dad.
Why? Because you didn't stay there either, did you? Was she the first person you could think of as an excuse?
I did stay there.
Then why didn't she tell me that the other day when I was talking to her?
Because she promised you wouldn't, because she knew it'd get me into trouble.
Oh? Well, it seems to me she's going way beyond her duties as a deputy headmistress when she's encouraging kids to lie to their parents. I'm going to have a word with her.
Oh, no, Dad. Oh, please don't go into a temper. She came over and helped me get people out of the house when it got a bit loud. She only tried to help me. Have a cup of tea or something and calm down before you do anything. Please, Dad.
You've lied to me. Owen's lied to me. And now your deputy headmistress has lied to me. It's going to take more than a cup of tea, Katie, to calm me down. I want to know exactly what went on here.
Smile, dear. Listen, shall we ask him?
Ask Dad what?
We were thinking, being that the kids have been let off school today, what's it called? A training day, and it's near half-term anyway. We were wondering whether they might be allowed to come up to the Lake District with us just for a couple of days.
Ben, you should have talked to me first about this.
Why can't we go, Dad?
Because you've only got the one day off school, son. You can't afford to miss any more. I'm sorry, son, but not this time.
Sorry to bother you, Mick. I've asked someone to call me back here. I didn't think you'd mind.
Oh, you're all right, mate.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Mick, they'd be having an education in the Lake District, you know, nature.
I'm sorry, Ben, but it wouldn't be very responsible of me now, would it?
It would be a break for you as well, wouldn't it? They've set their little hearts on it.
Well, their hopes shouldn't have been raised. You should have talked to me first about it.
You're right. Mick's right, Rachel. I'm so sorry. We got carried away. We were all having such a great time.
Why can't we go, Dad?
Because it's not the right time, son. When it's half-term, we'll go somewhere for a few days.
Where to, Dad?
I don't know. We'll think of somewhere. But don't mind me, son, because Daddy's got some work to do.
Come on, leave your dad alone. He's got a lot to do.
I'm so sorry. I feel awful. We just never thought.
It's all right, Ben. No harm done.
But how can we go to the lakes now and enjoy ourselves without the kids?
Ben, they're not going.
I'm not trying to persuade you, Mick. I said you were right, and you are.
I don't think we should go, Ben. Not yet.
You're right, love. We'll stay a little longer and take the kids off your hands.
Look, there's no need for that. You two go and enjoy yourself.
Oh, don't worry about us. It's a holiday for us being round here. And we could take them away on a little holiday soon to give you a real break.
And next time we'll ask properly. We'll talk to you.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, great. Great. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Yeah. I'll see you later then. Thanks. See ya. Ta-ra.
All right, Frank. How's it going?
All right, that sounds a pound on you.
Plodding on, like.
Is your wife in, please? I'd like a word.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. She's just gone back to school. Anything I can do?
No, not really. Well, yet there is. You must know what's going on if our Katie stayed here.
Frank, I'm going to have to let Barbara explain about that. But don't worry. Everything was all right in the end.
Don't worry. When I think our Katie's staying with her mates and she's sleeping over here.
Frank, can you give me a minute? I've been trying to get hold of my brother in Spain for the last few days, and I think there's something wrong. Very wrong. I think these blokes might be the police with some news.
I'll have a word with Barbara later. Hope his news isn't too bad.
Mr. Harrison?
Yeah? Is it about Hugh, my brother?
I'm afraid it is. We need to talk to you, Mr. Harrison.
You better come inside then.
be, that is the question. Oh, hello, Mr. Rogers. Looking for Katie?
No, Miss Harrison. I found Katie. It's you I want to see.
I think you better come through to my office.
No, thanks. This won't take long. I just want to know what you're doing encouraging kids to lie to the parents. Why didn't you tell me what went on while I was away? I only found out by accident because some kid left his jacket in our house with condoms in the pockets. Condoms!
I can explain the reasons for my behaviour, and I would appreciate it if you would come to my office, Mr. Rogers.
David Hurst only called round here yesterday. That was the first I'd heard of it. I can't just hand over £3,500 to you, just like that, without speaking to my brother first. He was the one that ran the financial side of the company.
I appreciate your position, sir, but I must ask you to appreciate mine. We're debt collectors hired by Mr. Hurst. We're here to collect £3,500 cash or goods which I value to be to that effect.
You can't just walk into my house and start taking my furniture away.
You invited me into your house, sir, and we're only here to collect goods covering your debt, that and no more, and you'll be given receipts for all goods that are taken.
And you expect me to stand here and watch it happen, do you?
I expect you to be annoyed, possibly angry. But as a sensible man, I expect you to stay within the law and follow the right procedure.
The right procedure? You stand there, cool and calm, and tell me you're taking my belongings away?
Yes, sir, to the value of £3,500. Unless you can produce the cash, and then there's no problem.
Of course I can't produce the cash. Look, I need to speak to David Hurst. Surely he can't know what's going on here.
He does, sir. His instructions were very clear. Now, we'll be out of here as quickly as possible, and you'll be given receipts for all goods that are taken.
Like hell I will. There's a policeman lives next door. I'll see what he's got to say about
I
this.
don't think it would be a good idea to seek his advice, Mr. Harrison.
Just don't take anything until I get back.
We won't, sir.
Please sit down, Mr. Rogers. I'm sure it isn't nearly as bad as you think.
You should have told me what happened, instead of me being the last to know and finding out by accident.
I followed my instinct, and I thought it best to keep Katie's confidence. It wasn't her fault. She needed help, and I gave it.
Well, I would have expected somebody in your position to know better.
She needed help, and it was fortunate I was there. Telling you immediately would have only inflamed the situation. I didn't want to interfere.
But what do you know about bringing a kid up on your own? Don't you think it's hard enough without encouraging them to be sneaky?
When you think you have all the answers, do you? Do you think it's behaving responsibly, barging into school and letting Katie see you? Never heard of the word discretion, Mr. Rogers.
All right, but I still know what's best for my daughter.
Talk to her. I think it's wrong. Your main priority is the fact that you didn't find out.
I wasn't there for her to turn to, was I?
Exactly. I'm sorry, Mr. Rogers. I was just stating the facts.
Yeah, I know you were. Thanks for your time.
All right. What's going on, then? I'm Norman Howells of Full Guard Security. I'm here to collect a debt of £3,500 owed to my client, David Hurst, PLC. My instructions are to recover cash or goods to the value of. And you are?
PC Rod Corkle.
May I see your warrant card? It's always good procedure to have everything up front in these situations.
I haven't got it with me.
What does it matter about a warrant card? He's a policeman. Just tell him they can't take away my things, Rod.
Just give us a minute to read this, will you, John? Do you owe them?
Possibly, yes.
You'll find it all in order. But I must say you could be getting yourself into trouble interfering if you're not, in fact, a police officer.
He is a policeman. But for goodness sake, Rod, just nip next door and get your warrant card. Then perhaps they'll treat you seriously.
I would feel happier knowing who I'm dealing with.
See?
It seems to be a civil matter. If you do owe them, I can't do anything about it.
You must be the first police officer I've come across who's been reluctant to show their warrant card.
Rod, this can't be right, surely.
Thank you, officer.
He is a police officer, and you're not taking my things out of here.
Let's be civilized about this.
All right, I'll just have to accept what you say. I'll give you a cheque for the money, and I'll have to sort it out with my brother at a later date.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harrison. Cash or goods, no cheques.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Matt! I've been looking for you.
And?
Well, I want to ask you something.
Go on, then.
I want to take you out for a meal.
Oh, great. Where to?
Well, that's a surprise.
Oh, good. I like surprises.
Good.
You wouldn't have had to have sent me a Valentine's card, would you?
Valentine card, me? No.
Oh, it's a pity, that. It was a nice one. £3.99.
Oh, I didn't leave the price on it. Oh. Well, I tell you what, I'll see you in about an hour then, all right?
That's a bit early, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a bit special.
Great. Can't wait.
See you later.
See ya.
Hello, Frank. You all right?
No. You?
Oh, Cloud9 and Rising, mate.
Off your head, Sinbad.
Well, I recommend it, mate.
Hi.
Hiya.
Started selling flowers?
No, receiving them. Valentine's Day. I've got a secret admirer. Hey, it's not you, is it?
I didn't know it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, isn't that sad?
Nah. It's all commercial nonsense anyway.
No, it's not. It's lovely. Come here. There. Now you know it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, no, not the television.
What's going on there? Dunno. Looks like they haven't paid the poll tax for repossession. So you're coming in then? Nah, I don't fancy facing your dad again. Yeah, all right then, sure. All right then, sure.
Why are we here?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to be a bit different. Something you'd remember.
Oh, it's a beautiful restaurant. Won't forget this in a hurry.
Ah. Time to go outside.
I'm finished. Where are we going?
Trust me. I hope I've got this right, otherwise I'll be 2 feet tall and I'll end up crawling home.
What are you talking about?
You'll soon see. Never been this scared in all my life.
What a day I've had. What have you been doing?
I've been trying to persuade 2 very fit and potentially dangerous men not to remove our furniture.
We've been burgled.
I think you better sit down. Until you can find somewhere to sit. There were a couple of debt collectors sent by David Hurst.
You must be... You're not joking, are you?
We need to speak to Hugh, and soon.
Yes. Well, can they do this?
Apparently so. And our friendly neighbourhood policeman was about as useful as that lamppost outside.
I can't believe it.
Well, you better believe it, Barbara. I think you could say we're well and truly in a bit of a pickle. At last. Hello, Hugh. It's me, John. Look, what...
What's the matter?
He's hung up on me. It was Hugh. I told him it was me and he hung up. What the hell's going on?
Why are we here?
Yeah.
You've spoiled everything.
How do you mean, Mass? I mean, I only thought, like...
You've only spoiled everything because of this. It's Valentine's Day. It's a leap year. I was going to ask you to marry me.
Just say yes.
Yes!
How did you manage this?
Well, I cleaned a couple of the players' windows.
You shouldn't have gone to school. You made me look absolutely stupid as well as yourself.
Don't you be getting on to me, young lady. You're well in the wrong.
It wasn't my fault.
Now, I don't know what happened at that so-called party, but I know one thing, that Leanna's a bad influence on you, and I don't want you to see it again.
Oh, so you don't want me to go to school, then, eh?
You know what I mean. And anyway, I don't think you're going anywhere, not for a long time.
Oh, yeah, I am. And I'll tell you where I'm going. I'm going to see my mum, and I might just decide to live with her.
Katie.
Yeah, well, my mum would have understood. She'd have trusted me. I can't live here if my own dad doesn't trust me.
Katie. No need for that, love. We can talk about it.
Tom tells a relieved Sally that it's impossible to get pregnant as the result of a kiss. Phew! In Home and Away, coming up after the break.
And how's Sinbad? Hungover as well?
Oh, God, no. Which is just as well, because he's got to go and see someone. Oh. Hey, you didn't do too badly on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I was up to my eyes in red roses and carnations.
Ooh, secret admirer, hey?
No such luck. Do it from Jimmy. Oh, I'm sorry, love. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you know, I think it's marvellous what you've done.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
How many people stand by and have their furniture removed on a matter of principle? I wish I had the guts not to pay me poll tax.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
I think it's about time some people learn to mind their own business.
What have I said?
Dawn, glad I caught you. You forgot this.
What?
Your building society book.
Oh.
You might need it if you're taking money out.
I'm going to take it for my old age, aren't I? Well, at least we can get our furniture back now and stop people from gossiping about us.
Oh, that didn't take long. So what are they saying then?
Well, it appears we're a couple of local heroes. They think we haven't paid our poll tax.
Could be worse. At least they don't know the truth. If we could just talk to Hugh, we could sort this mess out.
Well, we've made some progress. At least we know he's definitely in Spain.
Yes, and the one time we do get through, your brother won't even speak to you.
Well, we might have been cut off.
Yes, maybe. Look, I've got to go. I'll be back at lunchtime to help with the furniture. Bye.
OK.
Leanne, Paul? Leanne, I'm speaking to you. How many times have I told you about wearing makeup for school?
Don't know, miss.
Will you take that chewing gum out of your mouth? And what are those hanging from your ears?
Earrings, miss?
Lose them. We don't need Madonna impersonations this week. Now, off to school. And no dawdling.
But we were going to see Katie Rogers, miss.
School, Leanne, now.
Sure you don't want any breakfast, love? You can't go to school on an empty stomach.
I'm not hungry.
You sure?
Yeah. Dad, is it all right if Leanne comes round for tea tonight?
You know I don't want you to see her again. She's a bad influence on you, love.
She's my best mate, Dad.
I thought Siobhan was your best mate.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen her for ages. Anyway, she's gone dead boring. So, is it all right then for Leanne to come round?
I bet you've invited her already, haven't you? Hey? OK. But just this once. I don't want her getting you into any more funny business like that party again.
Oh, not that again.
Yes, that again.
Look, it was just a stupid party that I didn't want to have in the first place, all right?
Morning. Is Katie all right?
No, she isn't. And you're as much to blame as anyone.
What are you talking about?
You knew about the party they had here.
Oh, not all this again. We've been through this once. I wasn't there, was I?
But you covered up for her, didn't you? That lad left his jacket in. You said it belonged to one of your mates.
Look, I don't know what's going on. In fact, I wish I'd never opened my mouth.
doing here?
I've come to tell you something.
And how did you manage to find me?
Well, I knew you worked in the library, so I rung round a few and I traced you here. It was easy, really.
Well, don't you think it's just a little thoughtless, I mean, coming to see me here where I work?
It's okay. Nobody here knows who I am. I could be anybody, couldn't I? Let's face it, I don't exactly look like your son.
Could you please keep your voice down?
5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's all. Then I'll leave it alone.
Look, if it's about your father, I've already told you all I know.
No, it's not about him. Come with the wind, eh?
That should be under romance.
Oh, I thought it was the new F-plan diet. Look, I just wanted to...
I've got to go. I'm needed at the desk.
I'm getting married.
I'll go.
No, you get on with your breakfast, I'll go. And you behave yourself, or there'll be no McDonald's after school.
Hello.
I'm afraid Mick's not here at the moment.
Does that mean the window cleaner's lurking about somewhere?
Not while I'm here, he isn't. Come in.
Hello, Poppet.
Hi, hello, kids.
No work for Nana, then?
Can I have me breakfast now?
Kiss for Grandad first.
There's a nice brekkie.
I can smell burning.
The toast. Oh, well. Looks like you'll have to do without. That was the last of the bread.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, a bit late for school, aren't they?
Oh, I'm taking them in. We're just running a bit behind. Mick got stuck on the cabs. I said I'd take them.
Are you sure? We wouldn't mind taking them in. Wouldn't want to make you late for work or anything.
Work? Oh, no, it's okay. It's all sorted. Thanks anyway. I'll just get their coats.
Look, I'm sorry I embarrassed you. I just couldn't help myself.
It's done now. So, you're getting married then?
Yeah. Me and Marcy are officially engaged.
You sure she's the right girl?
Oh, yeah, I'm dead sure. Well, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have found you, would I?
Probably not. I'm glad you found someone.
Look, we haven't set the date yet or nothing, but when we do...
You want me to come to the wedding?
Well, not if you don't want to.
You're rushing things again. Trying to make me part of your life.
I'm not. I'm just inviting you to my wedding.
You have to look ahead now. Marcia's your future. I'm not even really your past.
I realised that. I just wanted to invite you anyway. Look, I don't want to push you into doing something you don't want to do. It's up to you whether you come or not.
Then I'd have to come as your mother. I can't do that. I've lived a life for far too long to go back now.
I understand.
Wait. An early wedding present.
What is it? Baby Sweeney. 26th of the 1st, 57. £8, 3 ounces. Is this really me?
You see, I did love you. Just like any mother would love her new baby. So, leave the past alone. You've got a great future ahead of you now. With someone who loves you for you. Not just a faded memory.
£11.58, 9, 10. Thanks.
Thank you. 2 bars of chocolate, please.
Best not, eh? If they manage to eat through this little lot, I'll be most surprised.
Doesn't matter. Thanks anyway.
Thank you.
Hiya. Ciao then.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
While you're there, Frank, pass us a can of orange. Funny you should call in. I was just thinking about you. They're having another do at the Legion on Friday. I was wondering, are you going?
Why?
60s revival night. The Searchers, swinging blue jeans. Thought to be right down your street.
Too right, yeah. He's talking about my youth there, you know. Do you remember the big 3?
Billy Fury.
The Mersey beats.
Listen to us. We sound like a pair of pensioners reminiscing over the good old days.
I was in a band, you know, the Scotchy Dogs. We supported Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas once. Well, they were called the Cruisers then.
Did you? God's gospel truth.
Straight up.
When I was a teenager, I would have died for a night of passion with Billy J.
Billy was sound. We even played a Kevin a couple of times, you know.
Me and Jimmy used to go there, and the Mardi Gras. Our paths probably cross sometime.
Probably.
So, are you going Friday night then?
Where?
The Legion. What I was saying about the 60s night.
Well, yeah, I could do. I mean, there's not much on the telly Friday night, is there?
Well, I don't finish here till late, so I've got to go straight from work. So, see you Friday then.
Yeah, all right.
Now, you won't forget, will you? Start brushing up on your twisting technique.
We'll see. Thanks for the milk.
I think we've just paid out £3,500 to buy back our own furniture. And if that wasn't bad enough, just had to fork out another 30 quid to hire this van.
Look, could we just get on with moving the furniture back into the house, please? I only finished 10 minutes ago, and it's been a long day.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this, love. Don't you worry.
John, you've just got to find a way of speaking to that brother of yours.
I've told you before, Barbara. This might have nothing to do with him. You can't go around accusing him like that.
Why does the company owe so much money?
I don't know. I wasn't the company bookkeeper, was I?
Exactly. Hugh was. And he'll know what's at the bottom of this terrible mess. We'll be the talk of the close soon. I can't wait to get to Malaga on Friday. At least then we'll be able to confront you face to face.
Spain was meant to be a holiday, Barbara, not the setting of a family feud.
With you in a sec, love. Right, what can I do for you?
Bag of chewies.
Please.
Please. Hi there. I was just on my way round to yours.
I'll be a change.
Your Katie invited me round for dinner. My dad said I could come round.
Well, it's white hair to cook tonight, so don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, I bet you're a great cook.
Oh, marvellous. With a pan of hot water and one of them boil-in-the-bag meals. What do you fancy, then?
Oh, I don't mind anything. I got 3 Valentine's cards on Friday.
You're popular, aren't you?
I wouldn't mind, but I haven't got a clue who sent them. Hate when you get cards and you don't know they're off.
Do you like fish?
No, I hate it.
What about this, then? Spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, it's horrible. Haven't they got any beef burgers? What's the last shop?
Look, love, I have to sell that stuff. If you don't like it, there's a supermarket not 10 minutes from here.
It's all right, Jackie. We'll settle for these. Then I'm off to the video shop, get a film in for tonight.
Well, I'll come with you. I'll be Tuesday. See if they've got in bed with Madonna.
Oh, you're all right, if I'm honest. Anyway, our Kate will be home now. She'll be expecting you.
Oh, she'll miss me for half an hour. Right, shall we go then?
You being evicted, then?
Oh, we're having a street party. We thought we'd have a housewarming, you know, get to know the neighbours.
That's original, anyway.
Nice of him to offer to help, wasn't it?
Come on, love. Let's just get on with it.
He's got a point, though.
What? About being evicted?
It could happen, couldn't it?
Now you're being ridiculous.
After last week, anything's possible. We were powerless, John. There was nothing we could do to stop those debt collectors coming into our home and removing our furniture.
Forget it, love. We've got it all back now.
Well, luckily for us, we had enough money in our savings account to pay them.
Look, it's over.
Is it?
How'd you get on with your mum?
Great. Yeah, look. She gave me this.
Does this mean she'll come to the wedding?
Well, I doubt it. But like she said, it's just between me and you now, Mars, isn't it?
Yeah, won't forget you proposing in a hurry. Talk about tell the world.
Well, I wanted it to be something special, didn't I?
It was great. Just you and me at Goodison Park. Still can't believe it. Made me feel like I was someone special, someone important. Thanks.
Well, I'll do anything for an engagement ring, you know.
Suppose you've been showing everyone.
So? It's not every day a fella gets a ring off a girl, is it?
It's been a moment of madness. Which reminds me, we'll have to save up for this wedding. So you better get up them ladders and make us some money.
Aye, boss. Of course, you do realise I'm only marrying you because I'm desperate.
Same here.
Hey, but have a long engagement then, hadn't we? I mean, you never know. We might even get to like each other.
Maybe I should move in with you. Get to know all your nasty little habits.
Well, we could do, couldn't we? I mean, after all, it's all above board now we're engaged, isn't it?
You could say that.
Mind you, there is a problem. There isn't enough room to swing a cat in my gaff.
Well, it's either that or I stay in my flat in the same building as Ellis.
No, you're all right. You can move back in with me.
Nay, don't go telling everyone we're getting married all the time. It's personal. And as your mum said, it's between you and me now.
I won't. Sinbad and Marcy are getting married.
Well, looks like congratulations are in order. Or should I say commiserations?
Now look what you've done.
So, do I get to kiss the future Mrs. Sinbad, then?
Sorry, I haven't brought me stick bag.
I didn't know you had it in you, mate. You have to give me a few tips, Sinbad, you being such an expert on the fair of sex.
Why don't you go and play in the traffic?
I'm only putting his leg. You can take a joke, can't you? Go on, Mars, give us a kiss. One little kiss won't hurt. What the heck?
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. My bucket slipped.
Hi, hello, kids. What's happened to you? You
Don't ask, just don't ask. I didn't know you were planning a meal for them. I took them to McDonald's.
Doesn't matter. We should have said.
Dad, could you make exercise book?
Who wrote that?
Oh, Dad, it's all lies. It's not true. One of the lads at school must have done it as a joke. Honest, Dad, it's not true.
You call that a joke? Kate, is there anything you want to say? You know you can tell me. I know you miss your mum. And you used to go to her with all your problems. But she's not here now. I am. It's you and me. Kate, did anything happen at that party? With that Billy Duncan lad?
Dad?
Kate?
I've told you.
Katie?
No, nothing happened, all right.
It's just that young lads, well, they get ideas. You know, when lads get ideas.
Oh, Dad, this is some big lecture on sex. Forget it. I've known the facts of life for years.
What?
We do have sex education, you know.
Yeah, but I bet they didn't tell you how it can spoil your life. I mean, look at our Sammy. Pregnant at 18, having to get married.
I'm not our Sammy.
Yeah, I know that, love. But mistakes can happen. And then there's all sorts of other complications.
Oh, I'm going to get a lecture on AIDS now, am I? Look, Dad, I've done all about it in school.
Yeah, OK, love, OK, but just think about what I said. I mean, I don't want you to end up like... Just think about it, eh?
Can I go and get ready? Leanne will be here soon.
Yeah, you do that, love. Hey, I'm glad we've had this little chat, you know. Feel better now, love? And you could sort it out together, you know. Just the two of us. So there's no need for you to go to your mum's now, is there?
It was our fault.
Yeah, we should have told you that we wanted to make a special meal for them.
You see, I often take the kids out for their tea. It saves on the cooking and the washing up. Especially when Mick's on late shifts.
Can't be easy for him. Bringing up 2 children and working shifts.
Yeah, he does all right.
He seems to have a lot of support from people, his friends, you.
We do our best, you know.
We miss seeing the children.
Oh, and the kids miss you. They often talk about you. Grandma and Grandpa this, Grandma and Grandpa that. You've got yourselves a proper little fan club there.
It's been hard for us since Mick and Josie split up.
Yeah, we very rarely get to see them.
That's why we had to come here.
Well, speak to Mick when he gets back. I'm sure he'll want you to see the kids as much as possible while you're here.
While we're here. But we're supposed to be going up to the Lakes, Ellis. And then we have to get back to Cardiff. When will we see them again?
Well, I'm sure Mick will take them to Wales to visit you.
When? Easter? Summer? It'll be more like Christmas if we're lucky.
I'm sure he's doing his best.
We all want what's best for Leo and Gemma. But it hurts us to think that the window cleaner, who's not even a member of the family, gets to see them more than we do.
Look, Mick has to rely on all the help he can get since that...
Since Josie left.
Yes. Since Josie left.
Look, Alice, I don't agree with what our daughter's done. But whatever happens, she is still Leo and Gemma's mother.
Oh, no, she walked out on those kids.
We realise that. But she's still their mother. And you can't change that.
And despite everything she's done, Josie loves those children. And she misses them dreadfully. I'm sure she'd jump at the chance of seeing them again. If she could.
Yeah, and he said you can grill cheese on it all night and it still won't talk.
I must remember that one and tell all my mates at school.
Well, look, I'm on to get changed.
Owen, could you ask you a favour?
Depends what it is.
I was wondering if you could help me with my history project.
What's it on?
The history of the slave trade in Liverpool. I've got a 1,500-word essay to do by the end of the month. I'm a bit unsure what to cover, really.
Oh, well, let's see what you've done so far. All right, Katie.
Yeah. Where have you been? I'm starving. Me and Owen have been shopping and then we went to the video shop. Did you?
Yeah. Look, I better go and get myself sorted. I'll see you later.
What a hunk. It is dead obvious he fancies me. You think everyone fancies you? He does, see? It's dead obvious. Yeah, well, I don't care if he fancies you or not. I'm not really bothered. Well, what's up with you? Katie? Promise you won't tell. I crossed my heart and hope to die. Not anyone, especially me dad. I promised, didn't I? Kate. I'm leaving home. Are you? Why? Because of everything that's happened. Oh, not because of Billy Duncan. Yeah, well, how would you feel if all the lads at school were laughing at you and calling you a slag? Oh, take no notice. They're all divvies. Oh, they're always making up stories. But I dread going into school. I just think they'll be there, waiting for me, laughing at me and calling me dirty names. The whole school's talking about me. My dad found me exercise boots with Katie Goes All Away written on it. He doesn't believe not when I'm at the party. Nobody believes me about anything. I believe you. They'll all forget it in a few days. No, they won't. My dad's going to keep on going on about that party. Ask me what I did with Billy Duncan. I've made up my mind, Leanne. I'm going. I've caused too much trouble around here and I'm just upsetting everyone. The best thing will be if I just pack my bags and go quietly. Just like my mum did.
Fisher's fishy behaviour is cause for concern in Home and Away. Next.